Watchers, how are y'all doing? This is your October 2020 tarot reading. First up, we'll be running over some of the astrological aspects and transits that are happening this month, and then I will be doing your tarot reading. If you're new here, I'm Sarah. This is Cancer Capricorn Guidance. I'm a Cancer Sun, Capricorn Moon, Libra Rising, bringing you love, light, and guidance through tarot, astrology, and spirituality. In my description box, you can find my Instagram. Feel free to give me a follow. You can also find my email. If you want to reach out and schedule a personal reading with me, please feel free to do so. You can also find a couple different links to a couple different Spotify playlists I've made. I really love music and I love making playlists, so I make a playlist every month and just add a ton of stuff on there. So if you're looking for new music or you're curious about what I listen to, feel free to check those playlists out. But anyways, Libra, let's get into some of these transits and aspects for the month. I really want to start bringing more astrology into this channel because I think it's really helpful and it ties in a lot with tarot as a practice. And I think a lot of the transits that happen in the month on a grander scale or on a smaller scale can really affect us. Especially some of the transits that are happening in the month of October. There's a lot going on and there's a lot of things that are going to be affecting Libra, I think. So I really want to run over some of these with you really quickly and see if they can really set the stage for the reading and tie some of these themes in. So on the 1st of October, we have a full moon in Aries. This is really going to be about aligning with your purpose. Aries is a very driven sign. It's ruled by Mars, so it's a lot of motivation, aggression, and movement forward. This will be especially helpful if you've been feeling those setbacks of the Mars retrograde in Aries. That might have been causing a lot of setbacks and hiccups and breaks in your motivation and progress forward with something. So this full moon in Aries is really going to be about setting some intentions about how you want to move forward with this project and how you really want to get going on it and ramp up some of that energy to move forward with it. On the 2nd of October, we have Venus entering Virgo. So this is definitely a more conservative earth sign when it comes to love and expressing love, but Venus isn't just about love and romance. It's about money and value and hobbies and aesthetics and things that you really find beautiful or pleasing or valuable. So this may be a really good time to get serious about some of those things. If there's something that you've been saving up for, now may be a good time to kind of map out and plan for expenses in ways that you can save up for that even better. Or maybe there's a project that you've been working on or something that you want to get started on. This is a really great time to map out the trajectory of it so that you can move forward at a really nice pace and reach that goal that you want to reach or get that thing that you want. Virgo is very much about organizing, planning, and details, so this is a good time to put those things into work towards your relationships, your money, and your spending, and things of that nature. Venus in Virgo also makes me think of one of the 5 love languages, the acts of service love language. I just think that this would be a really good time to show people you care about them through acts of service, through doing something really practical and nice for them, or just thinking about how you can be of service to other people or other people you're not close with. If there is someone you're trying to swoon or court, I know those are really outdated words, I don't know why I chose those words, doing a really practical nice thing or some kind of act of service for them might be a really good way to get their attention. On the 4th of October, we have Pluto going direct in Capricorn. This is going to be a big one because this is the first of a few of the outer planets that are going direct because they've been in retrograde in Capricorn. So Pluto represents transformation, change, big changes. That's been in retrograde for a while now, and we've been seeing a lot of big structural transformational changes happening. Any big things that were disrupted or things that were revealed in the Pluto retrograde, now that it's going direct, a lot of those things are going to start to be healed, fixed, or put back into balance. So because it is such a heavy planet, now that it's going direct again, you may feel lighter on your feet, you may be feeling more able to handle things, and you may be feeling more in touch with that part of yourself that wants to make those transitions, make those changes. So on the 11th of October, we have the Sun in Libra squaring Jupiter in Capricorn. And also on the 15th, we have the Sun in Libra squaring Pluto in Capricorn. So I think this is going to cause a lot of ego conflicts. With the Sun in Libra, you guys are very comfortable with beauty and luxury and comfort. You guys take the route in which you can be comfortable and safe and secure, not in the ways that an earth sign would, but in the ways that you are content, you're fine with whatever's in front of you, you're fine with the circumstances as they are right now. But I think these squares with these outer planets in Capricorn are going to challenge you to think about how you can change and grow and transform through that discomfort. The Sun in Libra is really going to want to stay in that place of ego where you're like, I'm fine here, I don't need to move, I don't need to change, everything's been fine as it is. But these outer planets squaring the Sun in Libra are really going to make you think, how can I make changes in my life, even if it's going to make me uncomfortable, even if there's going to be some growing pains involved in that. But to backtrack really quick, on October 13th, we have Mercury going retrograde in Scorpio. So around this time last year, we also had Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, and I think this is going to bring up a lot of really deep emotions, and it might bring up some wounds from the past. There may be someone specific from your past that's coming back to tell you ways in which they hurt you or ways in which you hurt them that are still lingering with them, that there's still scars there that they haven't fully healed, and they're going to come back to tell you or to talk to you about it. You may also find that some deep emotions or scars from the past are coming up again, but just remember to lean into those emotions and embrace those heavy emotions, because when you embrace them, you can really work through them and purge them, and then you can move on and heal from that. And then on October 16th, we have a new moon in Libra. This is going to be really great for balancing out your internal self. If there's things that need some clearing out, if there's things that need some new fresh energy, if there's ways to bring your inner self, your inner emotions back into balance. Then on the 18th, we have the Sun in Libra squaring Saturn in Capricorn. So this aspect is kind of going to be just like the other ones I talked about with the Sun in Libra squaring planets in Capricorn, but I think this one is going to be a little bit more about your work and your money. Saturn is the planet of like slow progress moving towards things, so with it in Capricorn, it's really going to want to have that slow, steady pace, while the Sun in Libra is going to want to like get things without really working for them or trying too hard. So remember to get creative and be patient about moving slowly and consistently and conservatively towards your goals. On the 19th, we have Mars still in retrograde in Aries squaring Jupiter in Capricorn. This is really going to cause a lot of obstacles in terms of that forward movement and that growth. Jupiter in Capricorn really wants to expand really steadily and slowly, but Mars in Aries in retrograde is going to want to go at things really quickly, aggressively, impulsively. This is going to cause a lot of frustration, but it's really going to make you think about what can you do to grow and move forward consistently and steadily and at a healthy pace. And then on the 22nd, the end of your season comes with the Sun entering Scorpio. We know how that goes. A lot of the same things that are going to be going on with Mercury retrograde in Scorpio are going to come up again. There's going to be that emotional intensity, but there's also going to be a lot more clarity of emotions. Scorpio is a very deep, intuitive, perceptive sign, so this may be a really good time to get in touch with your emotions and some of those heavy feelings that you may be feeling, have a lot of clarity and realization surrounding how you feel, and also have a lot more clarity in perceiving others and how they feel. And then on the 27th of October, we have Venus entering Libra. Venus is really at home in Libra. As we know, this is the planet that rules this sign. This is a really good time to just be luxurious and splurge on yourself and take care of yourself, really get in touch with your hobbies and the things that you really care about and value. And then on the 31st of October, we have the second full moon of the month. This one is going to be in Taurus. This is really going to make us think about what makes us feel safe and secure. And it's really going to make us think about what makes us safe and secure in terms of what are the material things that we may be holding on to a little too tightly that we don't necessarily need. Like, what things do we find security in that are material things that we are holding on to? And then what do we find safety and security in that are, good things, people, feelings, places? This is also a good time to just let go of things that feel unstable, things that we perceive to be safe and secure in, but are really not good for us and cause a lot of chaos or disruption or imbalance within us. Trust your instinctive nature and get in touch with that physical part of yourself that knows when something is right or wrong or good or bad. Okay, Libra, that was your astrological breakdown for the month. I hope some of that helped you, and I hope you'll pay attention to some of those transits that are going to be happening. But let's get into your reading now. So Libra, how have y'all been feeling? I feel like Libras have really been on the come up. I've just been seeing a lot of messages surrounding that, where Libras have been going through some stuff for a long time now, but they really are on the come up finally again for themselves. I think this is really focused on them really getting back in touch with themselves. Libra's really getting back in touch with what they want to do, things that they care about, like really prioritizing their self and their needs and their desires. Maybe Libras have been spending a lot of time alone or taking more time out for yourself just to really take care of yourself. And I think a lot of Libras have been doing a lot of inner work in terms of like, okay, what is good for me? And then what am I telling myself is good for me, even though it's really for someone else? Libras have this really, I don't want to say it's a bad habit, but it can be detrimental, where they're very much people pleasers. They are people pleasers to the max, where they just want to keep the balance and the harmony and the peace in the room, and so they will often sacrifice their own wants or needs in a situation just to please someone else. But I think Libras have been really analyzing that part of themselves and like thinking about why they do that and whether or not it's really serving them or helping them grow as a person, why they put their own needs on the back burner in the past for other people. So that's really great, Libra. I really love that glow up for you. I think that's a really great transformation and a really great way to get back in touch with yourself and really start to put your needs first. Put your own needs first. Because how can you serve other people if you can't help yourself first, you know? Fill your cup before you fill others. But yeah, Libra, that's really great. I'm glad. And even more so now that it's your season. I'm filming this on September 22nd, the start of Libra season. So this is a really good time to get in touch with that part of yourself and really put your needs first and just kind of indulge in nice things for yourself, you know? Alright, let's get into this. Alright, any messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, whatever placements for the month of October 2020. Messages for Libra for October 2020. Show me anything I need to see for Libra. Ooh. Messages of love, truth, healing, light, forgiveness, clarity, hope, self-love, self-care, indulgence, romance, luxury, whatever words come to mind. Enlightenment. I don't know why that word popped in. Any messages for Libra that Libra should see for the month of October 2020? Oh, Libra. All right. So for the overall energy, we have the Devil. Right away, I got the Devil is like your vice, your bad habit, and I think your bad habit is the people pleasing. Yeah, and I think that's something you've been working on though. And it's not that it's like taking over your life, it's just something that lingers and leaves you feeling not completely yourself. Like there's still this remnant of this devil, this bad habit, this old thing that's stayed with you for a long time now, and you're trying to shake it. It just feels like it's there, preventing you from making progress. With Scorpio season, I think that this could have something to do with, in the Scorpio Mercury retrograde, I think this could have something to do with someone from the past or some old feeling or like event that really has lingered with you, that's really left you feeling like you're chained to it and you can't escape it. Like it's just one of your demons that you have to live with. And you have been growing a lot and working on learning to live with it, but also learning how to get rid of it and kind of purge yourself of it. This devil could be anything, but I feel like it's a lot of your habits when it comes to people pleasing and staying attached to people who don't serve you anymore. Yeah, I'm getting those two things as like the main thing. But again, it could be anything. It could be an addiction, a vice, a bad habit, you know, demons that you possess that like you just want to purge. But I am getting that you've been working hard on getting rid of them. Because here we have like the Page of Cups, the Eight of Swords reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. This is really great. I love this. This is very much like trying to step into fresh, new energy, stepping back into your creativity, you know, a new, fresh emotional energy where you feel youthful again, you feel open and ready to give. And that's really great to be in that kind of energy where you're like, you're open to romance, you're open to new connections, you're open to new creative endeavors, like you're ready for whatever comes at you. You're very ready for opportunities that may come, and you're very much in your dreamy headspace. I love when Libras are in their like light, airy, dreamy headspace where they're thinking about big possibilities and like being really optimistic. This speaks of a lot of opportunity and optimism. And then with the Eight of Swords reverse, it's very much like you are releasing yourself from a cycle. You're releasing yourself from negative thought patterns. You're releasing yourself from self-imposed restrictions that you've placed on yourself. It's like you feel tied and like chained to whatever this is, but like you're starting to release yourself from it because you realize that it's your own thoughts, it's your own mind that's trapping you in these cycles, and that you have the power to release yourself from it. You have the power to break free from it. And you're going to do so by stepping back into that light, energetic, youthful, optimistic, artistic, creative, romantic energy that I think this card, I don't know why, I know it's a water sign, cups, but it does remind me of Libra. Creative, romantic, all that kind of stuff. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it shows you that like you're really moving forward. You're starting to come out of this. Like the wheel is turning and you're moving on to the next phase of your life. I think you're ready. You're really ready for these big changes that are coming. You're ready to step into that new energy. Yeah, this is really self-explanatory. It could be that a new connection comes in and that releases you from it, and that's really your karma that was coming from you. Like, that was really your karma that was meant to happen to you, where you were meant to meet someone new that was helping you release yourself from this and helping you open back up again. And that's like the Wheel of Fortune. That's what karma had in store for you, and you know, things are moving again, and you know, you're moving on. You're moving on to the next phase of life. But I think something that you may still be struggling with is not trusting your intuition. Yeah, I'm getting that like this may really be a person. This may really be a person that you feel chained to, someone from your past that you cannot let go of. And maybe that recently you stepped into a new place where you're like, I feel ready to open myself back up to them again. And it may not necessarily mean like I'm ready to throw myself at them and like get back together with them. It's just that maybe you're getting more comfortable with the idea of talking to them, being friendly with them, just trying to make amends with them, like get on the same page, get level, get things in balance. And you're really coming from this place of like optimistic and romantic energy where you're just trying to be friendly and nice, and you really want to heal this thing from the past, and you really want to release yourself from that cycle with them. So you're thinking, okay, well, how can I end this cycle with them? Why don't I start fresh with them and get on a clean slate with them? So maybe you reached out to someone from the past and you think that, you know, this is the wheel turning. This is you stepping into a new cycle and kind of ending that, or maybe starting something fresh on a new page where you're like, okay, maybe we can be friends, whatever. But I think what's happening is you are ignoring your intuition that's telling you that that's not a good idea. I think there's some codependency that may be lingering in that connection, and that's why you're reaching back out again despite your intuition, which may be telling you that you shouldn't be doing that. I think that there's a part of you that's ignoring this part of yourself that's deep down telling you that maybe this isn't a good idea and this isn't what's actually gonna bring you out of this cycle, because right away it comes back to like you and this person are not on good terms. You are not on the same page. Maybe there's some fighting that happens there. And there's like immediate tension. If you did reach out, there may have been like, you may have been met with like immediate tension and like argumentation or like just bad energy. This could also speak about an internal conflict. So this may be something that you're wrestling with, where it's like, I want to break free from this person, but there's still a part of me that wants to reach out to them and talk to them. But I know it's not what's good for me, but I'm like having a hard time listening to that part of my intuition because there's a part of you that wants to do it anyway. But you feel like you're turning a new leaf. You feel like you're releasing yourself from a cycle, but there's still that part of you that's like not in touch with your intuitive self. That's preventing you from fully hashing out what's inside of you. I think this really does, if it's not about like you reaching out to someone from your past, I think this has a lot to do with you not listening to your intuition because there's too much going on. There's a lot of chaos that's happening within you. There's a lot of internal conflict that's preventing you from tuning out all the noise and really listening in on what you really need to hear. Yeah, and I think that's causing some setbacks in terms of your movement forward into the next chapter, into the next cycle. I'm going to get a clarification for the Five of Wands, see what comes up there. Can I get a clarification for the Five of Wands for Libra? Why is the Five of Wands coming up? The Lovers. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so this may have been like a really toxic codependent connection I'm getting, because it's like there's love there, but it's like you only know this love in terms of the chaos that was always experienced when you were in it. And this is such a toxic kind of love that I know so many people find themselves attached to and find themselves having so much trouble breaking free from. Yeah, I see this a lot where it's like a lot of people, they have this perception of love that there's fighting and there's up and down and roller coaster and chaos, but it's like a lot of people are just have only experienced that chaotic, toxic kind of love where that's how it is all the time, but that's not how it should be, and you don't have to settle for that. I think Libra, you may be going back to someone from the past because you feel like that was the only real love you've ever had, or that's the only kind of love you know, and no one else has excited you like that, or no one else has really made you feel like the way that person did. But it's like, that's not a healthy kind of love if what it is comprised of is that argumentation, that fighting, that tension, that conflict all the time. It's like this really vicious cycle that you get sucked into, where it's like, the way that you know this love with this person, the connection you share with this person, always had this element to it, and you know that that's not healthy, and you're ignoring that part of your intuition that's telling you that that's the reason that the relationship wasn't healthy, and that's why you should be moving on from it, and you don't want to be chained to it anymore. But there's still that part of you that's like, but that was real love. I was really in love with them, and what if I don't get that again? What if I can't find it in someone else? What if I just give this one more try and reach out to them and see what they're like? Libra, it's such a bad cycle that you're trapped in. I don't think this person even has a hold on you. It's not about the person having a hold on you. It's the connection you two shared having a hold on you. It's the memories that have a hold on you. It's the lingering remnants that still have a hold on you. It's not even the person. And you're having a tough time distinguishing, wanting to step into that new, fresh cycle and release yourself from all this negative energy, from these negative cycles. But there's a part of you that's ignoring your intuition, and you like want to reach out and try again, or like see what they're up to, or reach out to them. But it's like, you know better. You know that this connection only means this, and you're having a hard time coming to terms with that. But Ace of Swords, you know. And you're going to have that clarity moment. I think you really are going to have that clarity moment. It may come with that Libra new moon, where you finally do some clearing out and finally restore some inner balance, and you're not going to have that internal conflict anymore, because you're going to bring things back into alignment, back into balance, bring some inner peace back into you. But I think you are going to have a moment of clarity, and you're going to have this fresh mental energy where you're actually ready to step forward and move forward and let this go, because you don't want to be bound to it anymore. You don't want it to have a hold on you. You don't want to be chained to it. You want to release yourself from this. You just got to listen to your intuition and let it be stronger than your desire. Listen to your intuition that's telling you you are looking back on this relationship incorrectly, and you're not remembering it correctly. It was a lot more toxic than you remember. That doesn't diminish the fact that there was love there. There was love there. You may have had a really powerful connection with someone, but the chaos is not the healthiest, and because this person isn't around anymore, that's your sign that it really is time to move on with your life, If they're not here anymore, then maybe it was not meant to be. It was not meant to last. And you can still have those memories and that, connection that you shared with someone. That doesn't go away, but it's okay to let it go and leave it in the past, and leave the feelings in the past. Leave the communication in the past. You can move on with your life and really start a new cycle. Because I think you're more than ready to start fresh. You're more than ready to move on to the next phase of your life. So Libra, I'm going to pull 3 cards of advice for you. 3 cards of advice for Libra for October 2020. How should Libra move forward? Oh, yes. All right, so we have the Empress reversed, the World, and the Fool. So with the Empress reversed, this is a Libra card. I think this is you getting in touch with that intuitive part of yourself. This is very much the creative and feminine side of yourself. But because it's in reverse, I think it's your intuition is starting to tell you, and you're starting to listen, that this is stunting your growth. Whatever this thing you're going through is, and your attachment to this person or this past connection, I think you're starting to realize that it is stunting your growth, and it's preventing you from moving forward and really expanding and flourishing as a person. Yeah, and I think also that it's leaving you feeling kind of imbalanced and out of touch with yourself. But with this Libra season now upon us, this is a really great time to get in touch with yourself. Get in touch with your emotions. Get in touch with your desires, your wants, your hobbies, all the things that you really care about and value. You may be out of touch with that part of yourself, and this is a good time to get in touch with that part of yourself. So you can really reconnect your internal self with your external self, and really start to put your desires and your wants first. Because with it in reverse, it's like you've been neglecting yourself, you've been neglecting your self-care, you've been ignoring your intuition, you've been neglecting your creative self, you've been neglecting your feminine side. Like, it's really great to get in touch with those parts of yourself because everyone needs them. And it's really supplemental to your growth as a person, because right now that part of you is stunted from growth. And with the World card, this is really talking about a cycle coming to a close, something being wrapped up, something coming to an end, a finality, and really starting on like a new cycle, a new journey. Yeah, the World is fixed energy. So Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. Yeah. So this may be asking you to get back in touch with your fixed energy and be more assertive and dominant. This could be saying that there's going to be room for travel and time to try new things and meet new people. But really, I think this is just about like you having like big realizations about, you know, the point of this cycle that you went through, especially with the Wheel of Fortune here too. It's like you coming to realization about what this cycle taught you, why it was important for your growth, and then that this is wrapping up and it's time for the next phase. It's time to move on from this. Yeah, this really says to me like something is finally coming to an end and you're ready to leave something in the past, leave it behind. And with the Fool, you're ready to start fresh. You're ready to start new. This is Aries energy. This is stepping into your innocence, your naivety, like ready to go on a new journey and see where it takes you. You know, not knowing what's down the road, but going down that road anyway because you're excited to see what might come of it, what opportunities may come from it. This is you really stepping back into that carefree, childlike energy where you're ready for anything that may come your way, especially with the Page of Cups here too. I see a lot of fresh, like, I'm ready to start anew. I'm ready for new energy. I'm ready for new things, new people, new play. Like, you're just ready for new, Libra, and you are deserving of it. You're ready for it. Trust me. I'm also low-key getting that this is ending and then a new connection may be coming in that's helping you accelerate into that new period even faster. With the Page of Cups here and the Fool, I'm getting like new, fresh. You may meet someone or come into a new connection, or just have a realization that like there's more out there for you and you're excited to see what else is out there for you. I think for a long time this was chaining you to it because you thought that it was the best you could have, it was the best you could get. But I think you're really coming to this realization that like, you know, you can do better. You know that there's more after this. You know there's more there out there for you. You know that there are more people out there for you to meet and be in love with, and that is not the only kind of love. That's not the only relationship you're going to be in. Like, you're really ready to move on, and it's really time. You're so excited to. It's really your time to start on a new journey, a new cycle. So for one last thing, I thought that I would pull one of my new I Am Everything from I Am & Co. These are like nice little mantra affirmation cards, and they're really pretty and simple. I love the simplicity of it, beautiful aesthetic, and I thought I would pull one of these for you, Libra, and see what comes out. See if there's any extra messages. See if there's any extra messages in here for you. So, any messages for Libra to finish off this reading? Any messages for Libra for October 2020 regarding this spread? Messages for Libra? Messages for Libra. I am aware. Oh yes. When I pay attention to my surroundings, I can feel appreciation for everything. I see so much beauty in the world. Being aware means living in the present and fully experiencing my life in the here and now. I am aware. Libra, I love that for you. And it's card number 24, if that means anything to you. Yeah, Libra, this is such beautiful energy. This is you stepping into that intuition and really getting back in touch with that, getting back in touch with yourself, because that's the way that you get back in touch with your intuition, is you just get back in touch with yourself, spend time with yourself, start listening to yourself, listening to your immediate reactions to things, being really aware. That is the starting point. I think you're really stepping back into that awareness, and with that comes a lot of gratitude and appreciation for how far you've come, what else is out there for you, what you're leaving in the past, and the new exciting things that you're going to come into contact with, the things that are out there waiting for you. And you're going to have a lot more appreciation of all that beauty that's in the world, especially with Libra season. It's really just a time to get in touch with what you value, what you find beautiful, what really means something to you, something that you find pleasurable and just good for you. Taking care of yourself, doing nice things for yourself, splurging on yourself. And it comes with that awareness, or should I say, you getting in touch with yourself results in a higher awareness. It's you getting back in touch with the high priestess, you getting back in touch with your intuition. And you just living in the present and fully experiencing things, that's going to help you see all the beauty that is in the world, see everything that is out there for you. Look around you when you're on that journey. Look around you when you're going down that path. Look at the scenery on the way. And really take a lot of appreciation for all the beauty that is surround you, and be grateful for being in the present moment and not living so much in the past. Not living so much in the past that you may believe haunts you. But you can reprogram your thoughts and tell yourself that the past does not affect you anymore. It's in the past. It does not haunt you. It taught me a lot, and I'm using that knowledge I now have to move forward, and I have that awareness now. And I'm not going to come into those situations again where it's just a chaotic kind of love that's not good for me. You know better now. You've come to that realization. You've come to that awareness. Libra, I love this for you. This is really quite beautiful. I hope you enjoyed these messages, Libra, because I really enjoyed doing this reading. This was really beautiful. I hope that you got something out of this. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please leave comments down below. I'd love to hear about it. Again, in my description box, you can find my email. Please feel free to reach out to me if you want to schedule a personal reading. You can also find my Instagram. Feel free to give me a follow. You can also find a couple different links to a couple different Spotify playlists I've made. Feel free to give those a listen. Libra, thank you so much for tuning in and watching your astrological breakdown and tarot reading for October 2020. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.